Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. This is the job I don't want, but it is essential. Priscilla, even though you came in and I was looking for the topic or the title, but as soon as you started, you gave us the title. But you didn't specifically mention the title, but I got it. So my takeaway there is your title of your speech gave me so many ideas that when I look for a speech, I'm always stuck. I don't know what to speak about. And you came up with an idea that babies and baby names, you could talk about 7 minutes. That gives me an idea about, I'm coming up with, monuments and names and everything else I can speak about. Awesome. It's very creative of thinking about a topic. And it is so personal. The story was personal, and we always look at in a speech, bring some personal stories, so that way people can remember, that way people can have the longest impact. I think there was a story with your parents and how they were expecting a boy, and then it turned out to be a girl. And I hope that you're meeting both sides of it, your parents. The background to the speech was great, and when it comes to the actual speaking, you were very comfortable, and you were not making lots of movements. That was great, and your eye contact across the table was great, and and the hand gestures was great. And also, I saw some emotions while the speech was delivered, whether some humor, then you showed those emotions. The emotions can work both ways. It can be beneficial to the speaker, and sometimes it may not be so beneficial to the speaker. And one of the things I noticed is that those emotions actually cut the words and the tone of the sentences and the volume, because the emotion came in and then the words became less sounding. So I couldn't hear some of the sentences. So that is something to consider and see how people do it. When I talked to one of the actor in the movies, he's been acting for 40 years, and I wanted to find out what does that actor do? How do I know who somebody is an actor? And he gave me 2 things. He said, one, actor is one who can control emotions. And 2, who can memorize lines. 2 skills you don't realize. I think in our speeches, I can apply that too. I think we can control emotions, and so that we can deliver the message. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll go ahead and introduce our next evaluator, Mark, who will be evaluating Paul.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon, Mark.
It's my pleasure to give this evaluation, and good afternoon, Mr. Paul. This is for you, and remind everybody this evaluation is not just for Paul, it's for all of us, because we're all trying to become more effective. Everybody say effective.
Effective.
That's what our goal is. So Paul, good job, by the way. I just want you to know. I think you jumped straight into your talk. Pretty much your first words were, safety for me is... jumped into it. So I like how you really jumped into it. I like the vest because I kind of, feel the visual characteristics of a safety person. So the vest, very good. You opened up with also some questions. I think questions are always a good thing to use to spark interest in your topic. In addition, you offered tips about safety. You offered driving tips. I thought the one about the vest, having a vest in the car. And, let's say you have a flat tire, like you said, and you pop the vest on, and people can see you changing that tire. So great, I love that. Also, the motto you talked about, live safe, work safe, thought that was great as well. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about some areas that I think, areas for improvement for your next talk. Two things just to be aware of, then I'm going to give you a couple suggestions. Two things to be aware of. When you're up here, and you may not even realize this, but you were clicking the pen, click, 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 click. And it's just a little, it's our nerves, no big deal. You're clicking, and there was a little bit of pacing. A little bit of, you know, and that's just our nerves kind of talking to us. So don't worry, next time I know you'll be just fine. Now here are a couple of suggestions I have for your next talk that I think, how can I say this? I think with your talk, you gave us kind of the meat of your talk, which is nothing wrong with that, but I think I kind of look at it like a hamburger, you know, there's a little bun, then the meat, then the bun. That's kind of how I visualize it. So we're gonna work on the bun, the top bun. And the top one is, I think you can open up the first part of your talk with some connection. See, we really want to know about you, Paul. We want to know a little bit about you and why you became a safety engineer, and just tell us why it's important to you to be safe. When we connect to you, Paul, we will connect to all of your information. But let's take 35, 40 seconds to say, you know what, this is the reason I went to school to be a safety engineer, because of A, B, C, and D. Within a minute, you can create that connection. Keep that in the back of your mind. And for that bottom button of your talk, I think you ended it with, that's all I have. Well, I would say this, you could end it with a quote, like you had a quote. So I want to, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget this, live safe, work safe. There you go, there's your quote at the end. So now you have the whole package. You got the Big Mac, you got the bun, you got the meat, and you got the bun at the bottom, and we all leave happy. So let us know a little bit about you, and then end it with maybe a nice quote related to safety. This way we get the whole package. Other than that, great job, and look forward to future speeches of yours.
Great. Tracy, do you want to go ahead and give us the timer reports for the evaluators, please?
Both qualified. Jack spoke for 3 minutes, 9 seconds, and Mark for 3 minutes, 15 seconds.
All right, thank you. I was lucky today. I had a very easy job. I had two great evaluators. So I think that both of our speakers were able